So how much does it cost to make a car fast? Is it cheaper to build your own car, or is it cheaper to buy a car that's already built? So first I want to preface this with a little story. My last car, my Corvette, I had plans to do a lot of the things that this car had already had. I put every single mod that I wanted to do to the Corvette all in a cart on a website that I was looking at, and I was seriously shocked at how much it costs just for the parts to do all this, much less the labor if I wasn't to do it myself. So I started to see, even though I got a good deal on the Corvette, after putting in all this money into the car on the mods that I wanted to do, I would never ever be able to get this money back, which is a really big inconvenience for me, because honestly I get new cars more than I get new shoes. Anyways, I started looking and I found this car for sale for much cheaper than what I would already be selling my Corvette for, and it already had every single thing that I wanted done to it, and it had less miles, newer year, stuff like that. So obviously, if you can't tell, I sold the Corvette, I go buy it. The day that I buy it, the drive shaft blew up, which wasn't a big deal to me. I was just made a small little rant video about it. I'm sure you guys have seen it. It's almost 2 million views right now. But on that video, I got so much hate about the drive shaft blowing up, telling me that that's what I get for buying a used car that's been modded, that's what I get for buying a Chevy, and that's what I get for whatever. You have to upgrade the drive line along with the motor. It's simple. Well, long story short, the previous owner didn't do this, and the drive shafts have gotten weak over time, which is obvious. I want to talk to you guys about how much it actually costs to build a car. Let me start out with cosmetics. A lot of you guys saw my car and everybody thinks that it's a ZL1, but actually it's just a ZL1 front end conversion. It's just there for cosmetic appeal. The ZL1 conversion is around a $1,500 kit, and then you're looking at paint and install, which I'll add another $500 to. Along with that, on the bottom of the bumper, I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen the splitter that's on there. That's a ZL1 splitter. That was probably around $300 or so, give or take. So it's got the halos, which were about $150. We're looking then at a 5th gen SS hood. It's one of the newer 5th gens, so like a 2014 model, 2015 I believe. And that's probably around $400 plus. You're looking at paint, which is, you can say, $700 total. So then the hood got custom painted, the roof got custom painted, and the trunk is also, all three are painted black. It's probably, if I had to guess, probably around a $750 job or so. But then my favorite part of the cosmetics of the car are the Z28 wheels. That is my favorite look on any of these Camaros, are the Z28 wheels, and that's probably around a $2,000 setup with tires. And while looking at the wheels, you can see that I have custom painted, paint matched Inferno orange brake calipers. That paint job probably is around $300 or so. So if you look at the rear of the car, you'll notice that I have a ZL1 spoiler with a wicker bill, which looks amazing on this car as well. It really sets off the look. That's probably about a $500 add-on. And then I've also, in my taillights, I've got the afterburner LED rings, which are about $200, and the Oracle side markers, which are also about $200. So you'll notice how much money that we're already up to just in cosmetics of building this car, right? So now let's move on to suspension. This car has BC Racing coilovers, which were about $1,000. It's also got BMR trailing arms, which were about $300. We're gonna move on now to the part that I'm sure everybody's been waiting for, because I've been getting bugged for it for the longest time. Here's what's done to the car performance-wise. So the car has a 233, 242 custom cut cam from Lethal Performance. This cam is probably around $500, which isn't bad, but then you're looking at a $3,000 install with cam kit, valve springs, all that good stuff. So next up, I've got a ported throttle body and ported intake manifold, $500 for that. The car also has 2-inch Texas speed headers to help it breathe a little bit better. Those run about $600. A lot of you guys have been asking what exhaust that I had, and funny enough, this is actually just a ZL1 factory exhaust, which did not come on this car, so that was about $1,500 extra to get put on. And probably the part about this car that actually wakes it up the most and gets it going really quickly is the 391 gears in the rear end. So with all these mods, you obviously have to have a tune. I also have an AFR gauge right here. A lot of you guys think that that's a boost gauge, but it's actually just for reading air fuel ratio. So that with the tune was probably around $500. And then also, lastly, I've got the Hurst short throw shifter, which is amazing. This is like one of the shortest shifters that I've ever felt in my life. And the Hurst short throw shifter is seriously one of my favorites, simply because of how short the throws are and the fact that instead of just sliding loosely into a gear, it actually ratchets in place. If you can hear this, listen. So I'm sure you guys can see where I'm going with this. I started searching on Kelley Blue Book for cars this year with similar miles and package, the 2SS package, and every single car that I found is around $19,000. If you're adding $19,000 on top of the $16,000 in mods, you're up to $35,000 total that I would have into this car if I were to buy this car stock and then build it myself. And the reason I chose to buy this car, even though it was modded and even though it was used and I had no idea what it was put through, is that I got this car, which would have costed me $35,000 out of pocket, for nearly $17,000 cheaper, which is absolutely astronomical savings. So I knew that that was a smart decision for me to make, because this is the things that I really wanted to do to a car, but I'm not gonna spend $35,000 to do it whenever I can spend under $20,000 and get the car. So now, even if I do decide to upgrade the drive shaft so that I can do more digs and not have to worry about anything, I'm only spending $1,000. So I'm still saving $15,000 compared to what I would spend if I were to build the car out of my own pocket. So hopefully you guys can understand where I'm coming from of why I bought this car, and hopefully I will stop receiving so many comments on that video about how much of an idiot I am for buying this car, because it's really a great car. It has no issues. The drive shaft is just a normal item that wears out anytime that you add power to a car without upgrading the drive shaft. It's very simple. It's not a big deal. I'm not sure why a lot of you guys really blew up about that. I made the previous video only to tell how irritated that I was that right after I bought the car, leaving the place, the drive shaft blew up. That was it. Stay tuned, because I'm seriously excited about what I have coming for this car. I'm planning on actually putting it on a dyno within the next few weeks, which is really exciting. So I'm gonna have a video coverage of all that, of course. If you're not already subscribed, hit that subscribe button. As always, thanks for watching. Until next time, guys. I'm just now remembering that I forgot to mention my air induction's cold air intake on this car as well. Don't hate me. Thanks.